Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Morning, CCS. Morning, Kyle. Christine, Kyle, Kyle, Christine, Kyle. Morning, Clean. How's everybody doing today? Sandy, good morning, my friend. Derek Anderson, nice to see you, my friend. Loaz, good morning. Good morning to Exception and Herbie. Good morning to Nerd and Juan. File 13, good morning, my friend. Sandman, I'm glad you're here. Nothing important, don't worry. We're gonna have a good day. It's good to see you. I don't get to see you very often. Deborah Pearl, good morning to you, my friend. I gotta tell you, the last few minutes I've been sitting in my own stew. Been stewing in my head. Good morning to Bill. Good morning to Michael. And I gotta tell you, seeing everybody here saying good morning, kind of getting me out of my head. MDK, good morning. Sater, good morning. Steve, good morning. Good morning to everybody. So far, let's hear. I love seeing you guys all say good morning to each other. Great. Unknown, good morning to you. Calico Kid, good morning, my friend. We got some things we'll talk about. We got a book we're going to read. We got some cards maybe we'll be doing. How'd everybody's weekend go? How is everybody's day? Good morning to you, friend. Michael Allen. I think I said good morning, Michael. Got the Joker shirt on. I don't remember who sent this to me, but thank you for sending it. It was last year, I think. It was like maybe before the Mush Fest. Everybody's saying hello and what's up to each other. Don't forget to hit the like button, everybody, you silly people. Green Table, good morning to you. Good morning. Larry B, good morning. Welcome to Tea with Some Guy. I just realized I don't actually introduce myself. That's why people are like, who is this guy? I'm some guy. Don't worry. I'm nothing important. I'm just not that big of a deal. Definitely not I try not to be an example. You know, like, I've been thinking about this. In my 20s, when I was trying to do stand-up or slam poetry, I'm a jerky jerk. Like, I like to, push boundaries. I really like to figure out what the rules are and then just step right past those. When I was doing slam poetry, I was a weird performer. I would do weird performing poems, like, I'm the guy hiding under your stairs. I watch you every time you walk into the basement. I'm the monster. I like them, like, if the thing living underneath your stairs could write poetry, I wrote it. That was the kind of poetry I wrote, and it was fun. It was a lot of, it was like, ooh, like Vincent Price kind of stuff, kind of creepy stuff. And so I would go and I would put this on stage next to people talking about their feelings. Next to people trying to start a revolution, and there I am. I'm like, man, that last step was really creaky, squeaky, fleeky, tweaky. Just rhyming words with creepy. And one of the best signatures I ever got in a book was from one of my favorite poets, and he goes, "Keep it weird." I think that's what he said, or keep it weird. And so, I really like to push boundaries. I'm not the usual guy to be on doing whatever it is you guys, whatever he's doing. So I was doing the awards, and it's pushing a little boundary. It's edgy. I try not to be cringy. Cringy is different than edgy. Cringy's different. It's good. You could be cringy. There's people that are intentionally cringy, and that's fine. That's good. That's good humor. I like to be edgy. I like to make jokes about the great nation of Puerto Rico. You know, like I like to push those boundaries a little bit. And the joke behind that is because like nobody suspects that I'm gonna do that. I remember growing up, college. I would go to class in college, and I was in the theater department in college, and I'm a super nice guy. I'm a nice guy. I'm a sweet guy. Caring, compassionate, empathetic, whatever the hell you guys, whatever you need me to be, I am that guy, right? I'm a good guy. I'm a friend. I'm a good friend. I'm also a jerk. And probably I see things in like kind of gross ways, you know, weird ways, like unfortunate, inappropriate ways, obviously. But so do you. And so does everybody else. I'm just willing to like kind of do it on stage, right? But I would have a conversation with people, and I would say my first cuss word, and they're like, "Oh," I'm like, "What?" Like, "Oh my, bro, you said the F word." I'm like, "No." What? Yeah. Oh wow. All right. You know, and then I would just kick the training wheels off, and I would just go off, and I would go hardcore into it, you know? So, I don't know. It's hard. It's not easy being a part of things when you're always trying to be on the edge of things, you know. So, morning MVP. Jesus Christ. Good morning to you. Good morning to Holly M. Anyhow, it's been a good weekend. Let's talk about this weekend. We had some football that we watched yesterday. Go Niners. Go Brock Purdy. Good morning to Kim Bolden and MVP. The same time on my show. Oh, man. Oh, man. Same time on my show. And yeah, what I'm saying is like, I'm the worst puppet to use for any kind of a point. Because I'll pee all over your stage. You know what I mean? That's the guy. That's what I'm saying. I'm the worst puppet to use. I made this. I don't know if you guys saw it. I don't get very much interaction, really, like personally from. I think I talked to Derek Anderson and sometimes CCS when he's having a good night or on shrooms. So I don't, you know. But I made that. It's called Diospa Maman. Diaspora. Mother of God is what it means. Mother of God. So it's what it stands for in Incan, Peruvian, Quechan, or Quechan. I can't think of the language right now, but it's on the Instagram. Mother of God. I bought the frame specifically for it too. Like it was all on paper. I used the paper pads that Kim Bolden sent me years ago, and I just started doing that. You know, that design style. That I got from like that DMT trip that I took a couple weeks ago, and so I was like, let's try it again. But I had like a Madonna in my head, and I'm gonna show you the process of like how it all worked out. So like, I like to play with Legos, and so I was playing with like some of my Legos, and I just kind of created that little design right there. And in my head, I'm like, I saw like a Madonna coming out of that design with my Legos, right? Madonna being the Mother Mary and the baby Jesus. That's what the Madonna is. We can be adults and we can be artistic and talk about it without having to talk about it like a virgin. We can do that. We're fine. It's kind of like saying Uranus instead of like, my butt, you know? Like, we can talk about planets without talking about your butt. The Pietà is another one of my favorite artistic styles, which is the Mother Mary with the dying Christ. So it's got the Pietà. I'm like both ends. You got the baby Christ and the dying Christ. So that's as Catholic and religious as I get in my head. And I think my mom's okay with that. I think she goes like, I think he sees God. Whether or not he believes in him or not, I don't know. But it's enough for me. So whatever prayer my mom's got going on for me to see God, it's all in my heart. Alright, it's me seeing God, Mom. Thank you. Thanks for praying for me. Grandma's been praying for me. She's a former evangelical preacher. They don't have priests, they have preachers. Teacher, whatever you want to call her. And so I know they've both been praying for me hardcore, so that's why I've been getting the Mother Mary of God out of my system, you know what I'm saying? Like, and if it comes out all Catholic, it's fine. I've actually got some really cool, like, Catholic inspired poetry that I wrote a couple years ago. Which is really, stigmata, talking about, I wrote a poem about a stripper getting stigmata. That's me. It's what I do. It's it's the kind of poetry. It's the stuff I write about. It's like, and it's a good piece too. It's good enough that like a friend of mine was like, "Hey, I'm out here in Colorado with a dance company, and we're thinking of like doing dances to poems that I know about. Can I use your poem to make a dance to?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude, go ahead. Use my poetry. These are my words. These are my two people out in the world." One person, I wrote a poem called Shakespeare Got It Wrong. And I'm not going to perform it because I don't remember it, and that's not what I'm doing here. But I wrote a poem, and in the poem is the line, "Love hurts because it should." And this girl, maybe 2 years after I had gotten done doing the poem, and it ran around the country, I think I took it down to Austin and performed it in front of my favorite like performing poets there. So it was a neat little poem. I wrote it as kind of like a future love poem to a wife I didn't have, and she ended up dying at the end of the poem. Like, what the fuck? Like, you don't write that kind of... It's really like cheesy, really nice, neat performance thing, like, oh, and at the end you're like, and you get tens, it's a neat point. I like the piece. I probably got laid years in it too. I don't know. I probably I think I convinced this one lady that she's like, oh, maybe he's a good dude, and so she hung out with me long enough for us to like figure things out together. That was cool, So that's what poetry does, right? It's like, right, and yeah, we didn't get married or anything. She's not dead, so I didn't write the poem about her. And yeah, what I'm saying is like, this is what I do. Is I push boundaries. I write poems, and so where was I? What was I saying? Bet it was an amazing poem. It was okay. Writing. That's what I'm saying. Is like, I got a lot of writing. I've got like. I've created 2 or 3 chapbooks already years ago. I know I got fired once from a job because I printed off a novel, a little like a half novel that I wrote one time called "The Town Within the Woods," and all of this is on Facebook, which I kind of guard a little closer than I do my Instagram. Facebook is for like family and like friends I'm not like willing to give up on yet. That's what Facebook is. Instagram is everyone's like whatever. It's all memes. But like, yeah, no, there's like an entire novel that I wrote, like half novel online over there. So I wrote that, printed it off, and I handed it out at work one time using their printer, and I got fired. I remember they pulled me in and they had the book sitting on the desk, and I was like, oh, okay. There's the excuse that they're using to get rid of me. Okay, no problem. Um, and it was a good excuse. I shouldn't have been printing anything off at work, obviously. Duh. Anyhow, I've got a lot written. Woo. So I just don't perform it ever. I just don't. Not anything I ever want to do. So that's what I like to do. I like to push boundaries. I like to be a little bit better than expectations, but not push it. But not like you don't have to expect any more. You know. So first off, I want to recognize Niffer. Is she here? Is she here? Is she even? There you are, Niffer. Message retracted. We're figuring out how to clean up our messes before they stick around. I see. Niffer Mama sent me this. Sent me this really nice thing. And I was like, what the heck? I don't even know. It has a interlocking. It's like a little puzzle piece, and I mean, what do you do with that? Like, it opens up there. Like, I don't get what's going. It's like, you know, Kim sent us a thing, and like it's all metal, and I'm like, what do you do with that? It's like, is that magic in there? And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. What even is it? It's got a cute little bud on there. Is that a bud? It's a dab. It's a bud. I think it's a bud. Someone said it was broccoli. I'm like, that's a bud. That's a bud and a half. All right, it's broccoli. No, it's a bud. It's weed, jerk. All right, that's a bud. No, it's weed. Dabs with I don't, you know, it's, what even it? It's a Mountain Dew koozie. Thank you to Niffer Mama and Cleany Girl for my Mountain Dew koozie. It's the best koozie I've ever had. Mountain Dew koozie. I didn't know you could do this. Mountain Dew koozie. I'll be damned. Keeps it all like. Keeps it cool all day, Jackie Cat. Mountain Dew koozie. It's kind of neat. No, it's funny. Thank you so much for this, Niffer. I saw that this morning. I was like, I gotta make that joke. Niffer. It was like the first thing I've got from Cleany and Niffer for the last 3 weeks. All the porch pirates and everything, and like just getting in the way of things. And so this is the first thing I got from you guys. So I just wanted to make sure that I highlighted this. Thank you so much for this, Niffer and Cleany. I appreciate you guys so much. Especially with this new Stanley Cup mug craze going on. I'm like, who's Stanley? I got me a Brock. That's what I got. Did you get a Brock? No, I got a Brock. Mm-hmm. Binger, speaking of, let's do that, yeah? Dibble, dabble, my friends. Dibble, dabble. Then we'll talk about the other thing I got. What the God? What are you guys sending me stuff for? It barely gets to me. Alright. Let's dibble dabble. And then we'll read some cards. While I dabble, I want you guys to figure out who we're reading cards for. I want to read cards. Let's do some cards here, and then we'll get into and then we'll do the thing with and then we'll have with the. Let me give you the names. I'm gonna give you names. I'm gonna give you Niffer. Okay. We've got Niffer. We've got Calico Kid. These are people I want you guys to figure out who I'm reading cards for. Is it either Niffer or Calico Kid? Okay, Niffer Mama. Jennifer, but like her niece or what messed up her name. Like, your name's Niffer. And it's like, yeah, it is Niffer. Is it Niffer Mama? Or is it Calico Kid? And I'm gonna tell you a story about Calico Kid after I dibble dabble. I'm gonna tell you about Calico Kid. A little bit of Derek Anderson in the back in the ground here, but Derek's gonna understand why I don't talk about him when I talk about Calico Kid. So hold on, okay? Amongst yourselves, I'm not even reading what's going on here. Not even reading. Hold on. Not even reading yet. We're dabbing. We're dibble dabbling. We're dabbling. Alright, so get yourselves ready if you guys want to dibble dabble along with me. Dibble. We're going 3 this time. Big dog time. Alright. Do. It's a dirty pipe. If I clean this pipe, I need a new pipe. I gotta get a new pipe. We'll dabber. We'll new dabber. Just to make it pretty. What am I doing? Reclaim. Not because that's all I have. No, I've got other stuff, but like I've got this stuff that I cleaned last night, and it does well. I'm not trying to get like super good, but you know what I'm saying? We still got cards to go. We got a book to read and everything, so we're just dibble dabbling, dibble dabbling, dibble dabbling. One more. We got the other one to go. One of my favorite smoke styles, like in a group, was the Chicago style. I learned this from Action Bronson on some like Ancient Aliens with Action Bronson or something. He's like, it's Chicago style, where you take your hit and you hold it. Until the next person takes their hit. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you hold yours and you hold it until the next person's all set up and they take their hit and you're like, most of that was that was real. But no, all of these are real. All of these coughs are real. Alright, we got pot cards. We got Niffer Mama. We got Calico Kid. Let me tell you a story about Calico Kid. You know we're reading this book, right? This philosophy book. And I like going to the library. I've been going to the library since May. I really like it. It's like it's an hour trip. I go there and I come back. I get my books. I've carried books, and in the slip that they give you when you check a book out, they say this is how much money you saved by checking the book out instead of buying it, right? And I'm like, oh, that's cool. So there have been times when I saved like $70 because I like checked out 3 books. I'm like, wow, that's dope, right? It's kind of a fun thing. So like last week I joked around and I told you guys like I showed you the slip and it was like $26, and some asshole, I'm gonna say it like that because I need you guys to know that I'm joking. Some asshole was like, hey, looks like you're never going to the library ever again, pal. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, yeah, it looks like you're going to have to, like, hoof it down there one last time and tell them that you are not allowed to walk, at least on the ice or in the snow, for the next few months. And you're just not allowed to go read. You're not allowed to, like, learn. Nobody wants you out in the world exploring things like books. We'll just buy it for you, send it to you, And you can sit on your pretty little derriere and stop rhyming things with creepy. I'm like, oh man, alright. So that's exactly what Calico did. Calico Kid did. He sent me a message. It was super nice, super sweet. I don't want to read it off because I just don't. But like the guy, I love it. Thank you, Scott. Calico Kid. I meant Calico Kid. Calico Kid. And also Derek Anderson, D. Anderson on here. Good morning to Free. Good morning to Free. I joked around with Free earlier this morning about some stuff. He and I like to talk outside of this whole thing. But like, they sent me Derek Anderson and Calico Kid both the same day. You goofballs. We're like, hey, we're sending you this book. And I had to tell them both because I'm like, I don't want 2 copies of the book. I don't have to send a copy back out. Pardon me. I don't like giving stuff away. Duh. I don't give stuff away. I'm gonna have to give a book away? What do you want me to... Why don't you just buy it for you? Read along with me. Maybe this is a way that I get to feel better than you. Maybe this is... Because I know that none of you have this book now. I know that I have probably the only... Wait, there's more copies of this book? I thought it was just some random Ferndale, like, local book. I didn't know you could buy this book. Here I am bragging about this, you know? No, instead. Good morning, everybody. Carlotta's here? Good morning to Carlotta. Alright, anyhow. Calico Kid or Niffer Mama? Who are we going with? Who are we going with? Good morning. Man, we got Slingy, baby. Slingy? What do you mean? But I know what, we did Niffer Mama last week, right? 2 weeks ago, something like that. Man, love you too, Carlotta. Good to see you here, sis. Alright, let's go Calico Kid. Calico Kid. Congratulations. I'm picking Calico. Remember I think it was last week we accidentally got Cleany in on the reading too. We had a King of Joints. Cleany's King of Joints. He's a reversed King of Joints because a little out of sorts sometimes. I'm kidding. All right, let's go with Calico Kid. All right, let's clear all this up. Good morning to Carlotta. It's Monday. I didn't know you were live on Mondays. Good morning to you. I'm kidding. I gotta razz her a little bit though. If I don't razz her a little bit, then it's like I don't even know who she is, you know? Some people I don't talk about anymore. You know, starts with the, ends with the, you know what I'm saying? So, alright. Had a great weekend. Saw Captain and oh my God, Belinda. Woo! Captain and Belinda. Had dinner with them on Saturday for Pops' birthday. They got us out back. Man, I didn't have to say a word. Jeff knew what was going on. The captain, he knew what was going on. All I was doing was just eating. He's like, "You good?" I'm like, "Oh, all right. You need anything?" All right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a good... when you can handle... Do you need anything with that? It's like, you're doing all right with your life right then. It's funny. He's like, "Yeah, no, I owe you this dinner from your birthday." My birthday was last August. I'm like, "Yeah, about it since then. Knock it off. Quit getting older." Like, knock it off yourself, Captain. Come on, man. So, thank you for the dinner. Appreciate that. It's good to see everybody. We hang out with Captain and Rose, Pops, Belinda. Hold on here. I'm trying to like. There we go. Woo! Can you hear the cards at all? Is that like an ASMR type thing? I don't know. I'm trying to like. I got like a nasally voice. Are we back? Are we back? Why did we do that? Oh, good morning back. Oh, we're back. I hate it when it does that. Alright, everybody. Good. You know what that means? That means that we can just completely change the subject back to these cards. We're back. Sorry about that, everybody. Yay, being out here in the Mush Lab, or Lounge. We don't have a Mush Lab here. Out here in the Mush Lounge. It's warm out here, don't worry. It's warm out here. We got the things with the heat and the. I've got a pit fire going on. Stay away, Kelly. Off in the corner over there. We're burning pledge cards for heat. Is what we're doing. Burning pledge cards. This is for Calico Kid. All right, Calico. Are we even here? Calico Kid, are we even here? I don't even know if Calico Kid is even here. Did you, like, reconnect, Calico? Are we here? I'll say it. I'll say it out loud if you're not even here. Good morning, everybody that hasn't said whatever is going on. Good morning. Maybe we'll just take this moment to talk to you guys. Specifically, good morning to Whiskey. How you doing, Whiskey? How's everything going? How's everything? You doing okay? We're just waiting for Calico Kid to tell me that he's here and we're doing this. Or else, I might have to pick someone else. I might have to do someone else's cards. I cleaned it. We haven't cut them. We haven't cut them yet. Mark? I haven't seen Mark. Good morning to Mark. I didn't see it. Good morning to Mark. Herbie, is it still lagging? Are we lagging bad again? I mean, oh, man. Goodness. Are we still back? Are we back to the lag? Just waiting on Calico Kid. How you doing, File? Hey, Shy. Jimmy! Good morning to Jimmy. Now we're good there. File 13, Carlotta. Call the dryers. Carla, I'm trying to read things out loud, and I'm reading what you're saying because I think you're the innocent one here. You're the queen of it all, and you're making me read assholes. The word. Okay? You're making me read that word, and I don't want to have to read that. That's a bad... You just made me read a bad word. Everyone's like, oh, Carlotta made him say we were assholes. You know what I'm saying? Come on. What are you doing? It's like I'll say it, penis. You know what I'm saying? Come on, I don't want to have to do that. I'll lose that game by winning every time. Don't do that. All right, it seems like we probably lost. Calico Kid, and that's fine. I know Calico. So let's we'll think about it. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm gonna take another. I'm take another drink of this dew. It's a little difficult to drink the Mountain Dew out of the doozy. Ladies and gentlemen, a doozy. I've created a doozy. Y'all need a doozy? You need a doozy for your dew? You need a koozie for your dew? Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you a doozy. A dabble doozy. A dabble doozy! I love it! It's a dabble doozy! Oh, here for this moment. You are all here for this moment of like my brain going absolutely haywire. We've just created. Michael, good morning. We've just created a Dibble Dabble doozy. This is. I love it. I love it. Thank you guys. That for all of you. You know what? I'm going to read those cards for all of you. That's what's going on. I'm going to read those cards for all of you. This is all of you. Is what I'm reading these cards. And then I'm going to pick whatever pile that we're coming up with too. All of you are getting these cards because of that moment right there. That's an honest moment. I really didn't want to be here this morning. Like, I was like, oh man, I have no idea what's going on in my head. Like, things are running around. You know, like, I'm saying, like, dumb jokes, you know, just like trying to really come up with things. I'm picking on people. I'm just like, but here we are, and we created a koozie from the joke with the do into a doozy. But it's got dab on it because I like to dab and we like to dibble dabble. And so we've created a dibble dabble koozie, but it's a dibble dabble doozy. So let's dab it out and I'll read the cards for you and then we'll get to the book. Man, I love you guys so much. It's been a good Monday. It's all jokes. All jokes. It's all jokes. I actually rehearsed these things like for an hour before. Like there's the show you want to give. There's the show you give. And then there's the show you should have given. So I do 3 shows every Monday, y'all. I'm busy. I'm kidding. But that's like the performance. Like, I learned that when I was in, like, trying to figure out if I want to do performance. And, like, it was, like, one of the wisest things I ever heard was you give three performances. The one you want to give, the one you do give, and the one you should have given. Last one. No, truly, that moment really inspired. That was really like a happy moment in my head. So if you're like, is he really like? Yeah, I'm really like happy about that. That's how stupid the brain is. It's like if you run it just like through the ringer, and then you're like, oh, a wet noodle. You're like, oh wow, the wet noodle. I get the wet noodle. You know, and so I like wet noodle moments, and so like that's a wet noodle moment. I don't know. Things that just inherently like what the, you know, like you could be having like a bad day, and like you're like, "Meh," and it just whips you out. So I'm gonna be looking at that. That's really hilarious for me. That's really funny. Okay, let's do these cards, these pot cards. So thank you again, Nifra Mama and Clean Grow. Check out the DetroitMushLab.net, and maybe you can figure out whatever it is you might need from there. You know what I'm saying? So check that place out. We've got pile 1, pile 2. Oh man, and pile 3. I gotta worry about that. There we go. Or I can move the cards over. Whatever. Pile. They never pick 3. They never pick pile 3. I never picked pile 3. Alright. Here we go. Here's the spiel. Ladies and gentlemen, I do a 3-card reading. A then, now, and later reading. So whatever it is that you guys are all thinking about, whatever it is that we're all collectively worrying about, whatever it is that everybody's like, what's the pot cards got to talk to us about? Let's figure that out. Keep that in your head. So if you take this seriously, why? Ask yourself that. That's an important question. If you take any of this seriously, if you're like, oh my god, that is not exactly how the card is supposed to be read, if that ever comes out of your head when it comes to paying attention to whatever it is these things are about to teach us as a collective, if any of you are like, man, this is about to guide my week in a way that is immeasurable and uncountable, except for maybe hitting the like button because I missed it. If any of you are like looking at this as like, where can I give you money? If you're gonna pay me for what I'm about to do, I mean, it's money. I'm not saying no. I'm saying don't take this seriously at all. Don't give me money for what I'm about to do. Don't make donations to this. Don't feed the bear was what I'm saying. Okay? I'm about to wreck some shit. We'll go to the book if we have to. We're just going to kind of make things up based on the card. Alright, we got 3. Then, now, and later. This is for all of us. I love you all. Starting off with God, death. Death. This is for all of us, everybody. This is you. This is me. Joker. I told you not to take this seriously. Who's taking this shit seriously? Is it you? Why? Why? How serious are we? Do we really start the show off as kind of like a, you know what, this is my coup de grace. I'm out of here. I'm telling everybody I'm out. I'm telling everyone. No! It's reverse death, though. It's reversed. Death. It just means that you're out of... Next joint, dude! Just means you kind of ran out. New beginning. That's the end of that. And so it goes. Kurt Vonnegut, one of my favorite authors. One of my favorite lines ever written in the entirety of writing lines from Columbia to the English language. And so it goes. 4 words. 1 sentence. How deep, and so it goes. Shit happens. That's the end of that. Nothing else you can do. Alright. That's the end of the story. Oh, man, okay. We got a new story coming along now, and maybe, it's time to read a new one. Boom, burn. Oh, alright, well, maybe that's the end of the session, you gotta start a new session, who knows? But, that's where we come from. That was then. It was back then. It was like yesterday. Maybe you were getting to the show, you were having a bad day, and now you're like, I'm kind of laughing along with this evil. I don't know. Trying to get him to say the word penis again. I don't know. Here we go. So that's kind of where we come from. MVP says, it happens. And so it goes. Alright. But we're here, right? It's upside down. It's not as solid. It's kind of like, but we're here. Let's see where we're at today. How do we deal with that? Together. You and me. How do we deal with that? And if we deal with that, do we smoke a little weed? Let's go. Good Christ. 10 of broken pipes. 10 of swords? Am I going to have to go to the book for this one? What is that? They're all broken? Come on, everybody. What are we doing? Let's cheer it up a little bit, MVP. Let's cheer this thing. Let's get ourselves off on the bright side of life a little bit here, everybody. This is for everyone. I picked 3. No one picks 3. Let's look up 10 of broken ass. Holy mackerel. Who the hell is taking this seriously? Knock it off. What kind of energy are you throwing into these pot cards? You know what? I was joking about the old weed. Is what it was. Earlier this weekend, I was joking around with someone who doesn't smoke, and she's like, "Oh yeah, weed's a little bit stronger these days, isn't it?" And I go, "Well, yeah. Back in the '80s, the weed was like 4% strength. Today, we're in the 30s. You know, and it's like I was just joking around with like, maybe the weed got, and I was like, maybe you are driving intoxicated. You know, like being a weird little conservative nabob poking my. I don't care. And maybe the weed gods are like, well, let's just kill all your friends next time you talk about us. I'm like, what are you doing? Quit trying to. 10 of broken swords. God. Weed gods are not happy with me. 10 of opposed by the weight of 10 of wands, I'm guessing. A card of many significances. This guy, I don't know. There will be loss. You can't save anything. You can't save much. Okay. All right, there we go. There's the positive spin. Whew. All right. Okay. Remember, we died. Okay? We died. Maybe we're like, ooh, trying to hold on to that. We're like, we died. I want to hold on to that. I want to hold on to it. It's like, no, man, you lost all of it. It's gone, man. You gotta let it go. Those things are busted, yo. None of those pipes are worth saving. You gotta let that shit go. Let it go. Let it go. I am one with the wind and sky. Let it snow. Let it go. Let it go. There we go. Now I'm gonna start rhyming things. God, that took a while. I'm trying not to kill everyone. Man. So now we just gotta learn how to let this stuff go. Today. That's why we're here. We're messing around. We still gotta get through the book. We got kind of like a short section to get through for the book. So, oh man, we gotta let this stuff go. Don't take things so seriously, or else we're gonna break it all. Knock that off. None of those, like even the dab pipe, whatever the hell that thing is at the bottom is broken. You gotta let that stuff go. Death. We died. Remember? Let it go. The old person. In Alcoholics Anonymous, they talk about you gotta get out of the sandbox. You gotta quit hanging out with all the old people that you're trying to become a new person. Go be a new person. You know? I need a new pipe! We even talked about that earlier! The pipe! I even said, hey man, I should go get a new... I picked pile 3, everybody. I picked pile 3. Don't take any of these things seriously at all. Don't take any of it seriously at all. Alright, we picked man. Alright, so you just gotta let it go. Let it go. And one with the broken pipe. Gotta smoke. I need a bus pass or a bike to get to the glass house. I don't remember the rest of the song, or else I would have. I love that movie actually with Olaf. I laughed so hard. Well, I saw that movie in the theater. I'll admit that I saw Frozen 1 and 2 in the theaters. Okay. Yeah, I did. Okay. Let it go. There's a photo of me actually somewhere roaming around. It might be on Insta, where I'm dressed up in the Elsa outfit. I don't think I'm wearing the wig, but I have like a beard. I'm dressed in the Elsa, the dress and the blue dress, and I'm calling myself somebody Elsa. I was part of a living exhibit thing, and I was dressed up as Elsa, and the title of the photo or the frame was somebody Elsa. That was my idea. I called it as I'll share. Maybe I'll share. I don't know. Check the story. I don't know. Who knows? Card number 3, and we gotta get to the book, everybody. Goodness. I've already killed everyone. We're dead to ourselves. Remember, shrooms do this stuff to us. You gotta die to yourself a little bit. You gotta let that stuff go, too. None of that is salvageable. Quit hanging on to the dead stuff, everybody. Like, it's all loaded up in front. It's just dead stuff. Knock it off. Get that out of there. Which leads us to the magician. You know what that means? You get to go to the head shop, yo. You gotta go to the head shop. Get that stuff out of there. Get it out of there. It's a reverse magician, so it's the head shop, obviously. You're not going to go, like, actually become a better person and not need, dab equipment. No, you're gonna go, like, you're not gonna tell, you know what, today I make the resolution that I'm not gonna, you know how, like, the more you run out of something, the more you try and tell yourself you don't need it, and you're like, you know what, I just don't need it anymore. I can do without it, and then you get more, you're like, oh man, I got more, it's like, so whatever, so that's why it's going to the head shop, to the weed store, you know what I'm saying, you gotta go to the weed store, or you go to the DetroitMushLab.net, A reversed magician card has now been officially renamed the DetroitMushLab.net card. Okay, so there we go. What a hell of a reading, folks, for all of us. I killed Derek Anderson. I killed Streety, if he's here. I killed Carlotta. I haven't seen Carlotta in like years, and I killed her. I killed TCS. I killed Sharon. I killed everybody. I killed Exception. You're all dead. I didn't mean to, but here we are. We're all dead. And then, because some of you are like, man, I don't want to die. I'm like, I know, me either, right? I don't want to die either. But we keep dying. We keep holding on to this stuff that, like, we're dead. It's gone. It's over. It's done. Whatever it is that happened, let it go. But I want to hold on to it. It's such a pretty pipe. You look at the cracks in it. You can smoke kind of through, like, you can, if you like getting a bloody lip, or like, if you hold it, and it's like, with your, I don't know if you're allowed to, it's like, quit hand, just let it go. You got me to sing. I don't like singing. I rarely sing. Ask Herbie. I haven't sung in a fortnight. Was it a month? It might have been a month. Matt, when did I sing last? Did I do all same line? I don't think I sang. Anyhow, and then here we go. Man, I gotta go to the head shop, is what that's telling me. I even talked about I need a new pipe. These cards. Don't take any of this stuff seriously. Whoever took any of it seriously, sometimes the cards nail shit. That's what I'm saying. It's kind of creepy, is what I'm saying. Alright? So, let's get to the book. Thank you, everyone, for letting me read all our cards. Thank you. Give me some emojis for that. If you like that one, I don't care what kind of emojis. If you like them, if that was fun, give me that, and let me dabble up a little bit here, and we'll get to the book, and we'll learn a little bit about some stuff, psychology or philosophy wise. Thank you, Derek. Thank you, Calico Kid. And we'll try and smarten up a little bit, and we'll head on out and have a great week. So, thank you all for dealing with some of my lag out here, dealing with my jokes. It's all jokes, I promise you. I come up with all of this in my head right before I start the show. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take this journey, and it's just really funny that the cards are like hitting right on. I swear to God, I cleaned them in front of you. I hate it when the cards actually tell the truth. You know what I mean? Or they tell like CCS. Every reading I've given him, he's like, dude, you gotta knock that off. I'm like, I know, man, knock that off. He's like, I'm gonna send you cards that don't make sense. And then we nailed it all. And then I... So blame him. If you're like, oh my god, tarot is real. No, CCS has the magic. He just sent it. So blame him. Alright, look him up. Censored Citizen Scientist. Oh, this is gonna hurt so bad. If I go with Dibble, dabble, Dibble. I have to though, right? I gotta go 3. Thank you guys for playing along so far. Remember, we got this book going here. Don't go too far. We got this book we're gonna read. Last one. Goodness Christ. Alright, everybody. Last one. Jesus Christ. Everyone's like, oh my god, you got iron lungs. You have no idea the kind of damage you have to do to yourself to stop doing damage to yourself. That was like a little more intense and deeper than I just exactly, which is exactly the level of intensity and depth that I always hope to achieve. You know what I mean? Like, ooh, that one got just a little, ooh. You know, like, it's gonna be a lot of fun backing away from that one. You know, like, kind of a thing. Anyhow, Puerto Rico. Here we go. We've been reading this book called The Philosophy Book. Big Ideas Simply Explained. I've been reading it for the past few weeks, starting from the front, heading on to the back of the book, and it's more or less a chronological exploration of the history of philosophy. And last week we learned about Confucius and Buddhism, the beginning of Buddhism. And we've read a few things about Buddhism beforehand, you know, and it's all just as confusing as it always has been and always will be, thank God, you know. Just means that we're all still paying attention. If it makes sense, it means you're not paying attention. I think on my gravestone, I kind of want it to be etched. If I insulted you, that means you were paying attention. Thank you for paying attention. Or we could just have thank you for paying attention. Anyhow, back to the book, the philosophy book. Thank you to Calico Kid and Derek Anderson for sending me a copy of this book and like telling me that I no longer have to go to the library and learn. And I appreciate that, guys. So we'll just learn here instead. So here we go. And I almost even said like goodbye to the librarian. I almost was like, are we here, guys? Calico Kid, are we here? I don't even know if we're here. We are lagging real bad. It's real bad. Are we back? I didn't mean to go bye-bye. Are we all here? Are we back? You want me to... Alright. Kyle? Barely? We're back? Yeah? They don't want me to read the philosophy. I just want to read like one page. It's one page. And then we'll scroll the hell out of here. I didn't mean to make fun of any librarians. Don't do that. Okay. I wasn't. I was trying to be all nice, too. Don't curse the librarian. Don't get the librarians on your back. Or else you won't be back. Alright, let's just read this book. We're going to read the book. I apologize. Are we still back? Don't make fun of librarians. Noted. Alright. Don't even, like, get the ire of librarians going. I was trying to be nice, even. Alright, Carlotta, we're back. We're just gonna get through this as quickly as we can. Whiskey, still back, file 13. Everything is flux. Heraclitus from like 535 to 475 BCE. Heraclitus is when he lived. BCE, before the Common Era, or BC, and then we have AD, Anno Domini. Is that it? Man, sometimes the brain just glitches out on like the most basic like bits of information where you're like, oh, I think it's AD. Is it like 8? I don't know. AM? It's not AM. I'm kidding. So this is dealing with philosophy, and we just we're dealing about everything is flux with Heraclitus. Where other early Greek philosophers seek to uncover scientific explanations for the physical nature of the cosmos, Heraclitus sees it as being governed by a divine logos, Logos, sometimes interpreted to mean reason or argument. Heraclitus considers the logos, reason or argument, to be a universal cosmic law, according to which all things come into being, and by which all the material elements of the universe are held in balance. Okay. So, the reason things happen are, and he's the first one to be like, here's the reason. Maybe God has a reason. Maybe the gods are defined by reason. Let's define that reason a little bit, as much as we can. It is the balancing of opposites, such as day and night and hot and cold, which Heraclitus believes leads to the unity of the universe, or the idea everything is part of a single fundamental process or substance, the central tenet of monism. We're all one thing. I exist as you exist. That rock is as we are, if you will. We all affect everything affects us. It's like a wheel of fortune, before and after philosophy. We are all that we are. That is, you know what I mean? Okay. But he also states that tension is constantly generated between these pairs of opposites, and he therefore concludes that everything must be in a permanent state of flux or change. The snake always trying to bite its own tail, which means it's always going around in a circle, kind of a thing. Day, for instance, changes into night, which in turn changes back again to day. Heraclitus offers the example of a river to illustrate his theory. You can never step into the same river twice. Bingo, bongo. It's a really weird way of talking about chaos that you would hear from like Jeff Goldblum, his character in Jurassic Park, I can't remember his name. Well, we can't step into the river in the same place twice. Oh, chaos! Oh, okay. I get it now. No, you don't. But you can never step into a river the same river twice. Okay. By this, he means that at the very moment you step into a river, fresh waters will immediately replace those into which you initially placed your foot. Okay. And yet, the river itself is always described as one fixed and unchanging thing. Concepts be concepts, man. Heraclitus' belief that every object in the universe is in a state of constant flux runs counter to the thinking of the philosophers of the Milesian school, such as Thales and Anaximenes. Ooh, that's a good name. Who define all things by their quintessentially unchanging essence. The atom. We all break down to, we all are that we are. Not as we are. Okay, so that's, there you, Streety loves it when I do this because he's like, it helps me and it helped me. So what we just read was Heraclitus. He believes we are as we are. Versus before that, the thinkers were we are that we are. Alright, so however deep you want to have that working around, that's what the Greeks had to work around. And then throw transubstantiation on top of that, and woohoo! Alright. Thank you to Derek Anderson and to Calico Kid, the brain, for that. I want to thank you all for paying attention so far, dealing with the lag. I hate it when that happens. Thanks for letting me read all of our cards. So thanks for having a little fun with me in the show, a little journey that we all took. I hope nobody took any of it seriously. Honestly, I really love being here this morning. And so I'll run through this all afterwards. So I love you all. I hope everybody has a great day. Are we lagging again? Let's get the hell out of here before they lag us again. Let's get out of here before they lag us out. Alright, let's scroll me out. Alright, thank you, Shy. Bill D, you have a great one. Nifra Mama, you be safe. Benny Beth, Kylie, Exception, thank you. Clean Grow, Love, Peace, and Bug Grease. Kylie, will do. Hi, Kylie. Good morning to you, by the way. Nifra Mama, everyone have an amazing day. R&R Shrooms make someone smile today. Exception, have a great day, friends. Carlotta, see you guys. It's good to see you, Carlotta. Shanti as well. You guys are going goddamn fast. I mean, it's all jokes. It's all jokes. It's Monday. You gotta get the aggro out, you know. And Sling Blade, have a great day, everyone. Jimmy Max, have a great day. Shy, Introvert, have a great day, everyone. Jesus Christ, bye, Brock, have a good one. Where's the, I miss it. Where's the, I'm trying to read love letters here, guy. Where the hell is Hip Kitty at? Come on, man. I hope you guys aren't taking that one seriously. I kind of like reading you guys. You guys okay? I'm kidding. Derek Anderson, thank you. And everyone. Catzilla, have a great day. Carlotta, bye. File 13, Jesus Christ, see you peoples. 52, 80, Jonathan, Larry M, Jesus Christ, catch a mic. Calico, have a great day, everyone. Mark, Calico, thanks for letting me mess up reading your cards. I appreciate you letting me read everyone. That way I didn't just kill you. You know what I'm saying? That was it. Anyhow, Deborah Pearl, thank you as well. Herbie, may the wind always be at your back and the road rise up to meet your feet. Is that Irish? Scottish? I'm not sure. Paige, Whiskey, Kyle Browning, have a great one. You too. Justin, have a great day. Slingblade, it's just jokes. Laura Divine, have a fabulous day. Kylie, have a great one. Have file 13 with the, and DBS, and the Waz. Waz, it was good to hear from you, and everything worked out well, man. It worked out really well. Apparently, is what, again, all jokes. Catzilla, all good, with the, and Herbie Wan. And that Cherie's not, it's alright. She will be, and I hope she really enjoys it like everyone died today. I feel like that's why everyone died. She wasn't here. So let's blame her. Blame Hip Kitty Cherie for not being here today to save us all from the death of the cards. Anyhow, we've got DBS, we got Nerd Nature, and So many. MVP. Good thing I'm not doing this in the Scottish accent, or else I'd be sounding like a goddamn fool. You know, I can say a lot of weird things in a Scottish accent, and everyone's like, he's just doing a Scottish accent. I just do what I'm saying. I could say the word fuck for all I care, and you're like, look at me saying fuck, and it's like, yeah, but how's he spelling it? Is he spelling it after you, CK, or is he spelling it fuck? You know what I mean? Look at that with the stuff in his mouth. Anyhow, love you guys. Remember, Dibble, dabble, doozy. And if you give a hug, you get a hug back. If you give a hug, you get a hug back. I'm not saying go hug anybody, promise you, alright? Go ask permission, make sure everything's kosher, okay? Like, I'm not saying that at all, but like if you give a hug, you get, like if you want to hug yourself, you get a hug, yay! You know what I'm saying? Like, you can hug yourself, and you're like, alright, yeah, oh man, I needed that, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay, I didn't know I needed this today, I was really good. It's like, okay, cool. And you go put on a coat, and you're like, alright, I guess I'm gonna go put on a coat, and just like, give yourself like a big old bear hug, you know? It's like, oh man, I really like being hugged today, you know? It's like sometimes you're just like, alright, hey. You don't want to do that to anybody specifically, because you're like, I want to let go, but I don't want to be let go, you know? And so you got like that fear of abandonment kicking in, and it's like, gosh darn it. You know, I don't want to like anybody like get triggered or anything. It's like, you know, I really miss it. What I'm telling, don't do anything I do. I'm a bad example. I can't believe I just ruined my hug. I love you guys.